say Class Media Group that say. But now I'm revelations. Me revelation. You know, Citizen Show. You be movie Aquaria from 2 to 6.
Oh, nice.
From February.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You be movie Aquaria.
Oh, that's
because I know remember per time there you and you be movie Aquaria from 2 to 6.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
We are working on it. Yes, you see upon kakra. You best step into the game big time. Now how it will go. We are working with our affiliate stations in Takrade and other places. Nice. And we know say and one breaking news.
That's great news for
okay, thank you so much. Yeah, that's the so joining in anyway. We are grateful, honorable. Thank you so much. I think comment to you. Friends Sadik Baba Sadik was say founder and CEO 3 Media Network. And he's part of a Arise Ghana team. Exactly. And but honorable honorable Sadik or primary so.
Oh, me candidate.
Wow. Oh, okay.
My banner hokra be supporting.
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. But Sadik gives who member.
A memo on it's all of this in some of the things are quite central here.
Yeah.
To be able to rally the base of the party in the winning elections. And I wish your constituency now from 2012 for a carving out of Okakri North. They be an acquired skirt and blouse.
Really?
Yes, skirt and blouse.
How?
Yes. So the actual voter deficit, in Okakri Central, they hovers around 3,000. But parliamentary, not skirt and blouse. A lot of issues, but one of it, is finding the right candidates with the right competence, with the right professional reputation, candidate, party opinion, phone will be Ajinatum, Ubia, this is an honorable Okujita back constituency order on my invitation. One of the training programs, when we were inaugurating them, he came there.
Oh, I see.
And so, and there are a lot more people on my Okakri Central because Okakri Central, one of the 5 extra seater NDC can make a safe seat going forward.
I see.
Apart from 20 seats in the
I see.
Your 5 extra seats, we can safely win and make one of the safe seats and the Okakri Central account. So it's one of those things. But before I go on, just to touch on a few of the things of kind regarding the National Cathedral. There's something in the tourism and allied industry.
Okay.
Imani had reported, say, the total contract Ajayi values close to about $300 million in Ipabako. $300 million. But let me tell you something. Maybe more political space than him. President and secretary he is a co-owner of a resort BO Beach as a friend Sandbox.
So you are talking about
the second wife, yes. The place was also designed by Nana. It's the same Ajayi. He's a friend to them. He's somebody they work with.
I know that for a fact.
Yes, he's somebody they work with. So the questions will be Bisan and say, Eban is saying Nipa Bako for so many years when Tima invested in a particular industry. Aben Biaba, architect with global reputations, Omaye Juma, and sustained and enabled the creative industry for so long. Almost to order when Nipa Bako within a short time, I'm on the contracts to the tune of about $300 million. $300 million. And there's actually even a connection to the same conference center. Same conference center now and yes. Let me give you this thing. Who's a trade fair? Trade fair can't find out the contract. The trade fair is also supposed to have a convention center, which ordinarily is also supposed to play or replace what the current conference center is doing. A contract number that man don't know. A lot of money that has been given to one person, one single individual, to shady friends and processes. The same individual, you see the alignment and the connection with him and the president's brothers and family.
At Marine Drive.
And Marine Drive. Yes. Meanwhile, Marine Drive, be free Abayemuno. Marine Drive, At the time, the architectural work that was done on it was about $250,000. There was a condition precedent, Emma contractor and JCKB. Almost $11 million. He can't even be a. And apparently part of it was used to pay him to redesign the Marine Drive project, apparently. I mean, which kind of leadership na you say? Why? family bako. Why? How?
But it seems that the tourism sector and Obian Kabibia, you guys are not talking.
Yeah,
you are not saying anything.
You see,
it seems like Odabo Kuja to a black one now. Antichrist. No.
Can't. One of the things I make a difference. And very good thing. Sometimes when the pastors speak, with all due respect, President Nikasa, and then their actions, I'm confused. What is the real reason? Is it religious or tourism? Because you see, say quite clearly, the religious economic aspect and the religious offense and reason, they know clearly said to that business until a coin down, yeah, the fat tourism.
Almost shifted the tourism.
But the question I'm asking them, and they say, so what's your BAME? And there's a particular model of things that has been done in tourism sector. It's contributing to visitations and money to the country, and it's a proven model. What's your BAME? And it's become necessary. Say you want to encourage tourism, and only the you don't know true shady deals near the Adeno. Which one would you rather pay a lot more attention to? 20 different promises from here to the tourism sector.
I see.
They are yet to deliver one from 2016 2020. 20 different promises.
Give me 5.
One of it is almost somewhere 10 large sitting theaters across the nation. 10 large sitting theaters across the nation.
A old building and
your old building in a Dow. Kofodia de no god omunya hwe mubusa Kofodia for say omo theater almost say 10 large sitting theaters. Omunya.
I see.
Yes. There's a number of things apart from 10 large theaters. They say they will retool Gamro Daho. A couple of things that they are supposed to do to enable the sector. No, the real actual investment. So far, they see your return. I keep on telling them, say, look, the reason why is not necessarily a novelty idea, and people like to engage in branding. Only the friend Panafest. When you see the precursor to so-called year of return is Panafest. After Panafest, almost by in 2000, they tried to change it by calling it the Joseph Project. And almost say Panafest. And almost by now December. What happens in December? 2 weeks of December. You have been in media, you know. It's been in evolution for more than 20 years. Every December, events, activities. And our activities are called December. Individual, private people and investors say any activity, actual investment near the day. That is what has set our holiday maker status in the country. Events and these events have been playing out. Rapaholic, how many years? 10 years. And did it start from this government?
No.
There are a couple of the events and activities that are set our holiday maker status. Now, say what did they do? When they floated the idea of the year of return, concept, and they said they wanted to drive diasporans to come in around the summer period.
Okay.
August, September. You know, that was the Panafest time. August, September, October. In 2019, largely, launching from March up to November, they waited. Final 2 weeks, as usual, there will be bars, activities, parties, and everything.
Okay.
And on what they found, year of return.
The information was
branded it nicely, and then moved with it. Because the focus of the year of return was tied to our slave heritage. But December 2 weeks parties near there, they know which aspect of it is tied to there is connected to what they wanted to amplify. They wanted to position Ghana ordinarily, which we've always been positioning, to take advantage of our association to, black emancipation, black liberation, near the day. But I'm fan. They waited 2 weeks every December. And your party, it's parties, it's events. Afrochella, Afro Nation, Rapaholic, artists because there's always been a concept in Ghana where people travel back. Until from the mid-90s, bogus na no mutu coin, just like in Accra, free back. December no be Akuffo. They carry the concept abroad into mutu coin, from about the late 80s. Ghana. So it's
because
been
when you
evolving.
say late November, December,
It's been evolving. And then we took a group, then it's Akwaba UK. And almost share says okay. So Ghanaians be cook back to Ghana from the late 90s. We will go and organize some parties for Ghanaians no more in London, Netherlands, Belgium, no more Germany. So it is evolving. Be rolling on the year of return. Uncle, 2 weeks to the end of a year where we've always from Yabreso from 2000 and 2 weeks because you're in Chi Obia December no a bosso. So the lack of and look at what's actually been funny. The government will tell you, sir, creative industry. One of the promises I'm giving you again, pass the creative industry bill. No, till now, they've not been able to execute it. Almost saying GTE, the real support they are supposed to actually give to SAR December events and activities. Omunisika. But you wait, and all these things you claim are supposed to look. By currently as we stand, tourism, according to the president now, it's the third biggest contributor to our GDP behind agriculture and our hydrocarbon resources. There's a projection said by 2025, it will be number 2, and we're supposed to deliver $4.3 billion in returns to the country, over 1 million visitations to the country. And so really and truly, if a number of these things are happening and you've got a willing private sector ready to work and ensure, say, they unlock this benefit for the country, if you have that money, won't you rather enable the private sector? But corruption, shady businesses in you say you want to put it in one. Another time we say it's for religious purposes. Another time we say it's for tourism.
Says you be sending me message. Say the same Ajayi person is the brain behind Asase Radio. Yes, this year no be sending me a message. Anyway, another message from a very good friend. I'll say good evening, Commander. Now, what Honorable Ablakwa is saying is true. In the UK here, such buildings, in reference to those
heritage buildings,
also such buildings with rich history are called listed buildings or properties. You can only touch the interior for refurbishment purposes, but will need a specific permission to touch the exterior. Akuffo and his MPP government and party are just a bunch of reckless and lawless people. Kwesi Texan, London. Okay, so I'm so confirmed there. Asema now can but remember back to Minia Sadik. Sadik issues about McMill and as a McMill. McMill. Well, what happened? What went on within more industry? No, what are they saying? Various counter statements from Kwaukese to your friend Shatawale. Shatawale insulting people, say Mwambeka Binomu villagers and all that. What really happened? You
know how there are some people at Awalemo, they would also always want to take advantage of things to spew their ignorance, and that's one of the things that I'm catching. You sit down in this particular country, and then a foreign rapper is allowed to desecrate our presidency, desecrate the essence of Yenye statehood. And then you say, what? And he doesn't understand these things. He doesn't get these things. And you say, what? The presidency is supposed to be, the presidency is a seat of power, seat of government. That is where power is executed. And you allow anybody to just walk in, some massive security breach, and then to do whatever they want, do some young time be that has full of sexual violence and offense and add it to it and push it out, desecrate our essence of our statehood and our seat of power, and then Satawale and also counter offense on almost the same. Beyond that, if their argument is that the idea is to encourage tourism, almost question me bisa almost Shatawale encourage that. In December, you did a show. You filled the stadium. In December, Sarkodie did a show. Samini did a show. A number of you did a show. Your activities in the December encourage and enhance tourism in the space. And if a particular government was serious about encouraging tourism, Mona invited mobile presidential presidential privilege as a way of patting you on the back for your involvement in activities that are set our holiday maker status. What kind of thinking is this? You bring this rapper and look, there's a particular, almost like a rumor, almost allegation. You see, a lot of people have raised issues so conflict of family and friends, conflict of interest situations. Which is that
where
the president's daughter, they're not in charge of Creative Art Authority. Jankuma. So far, no, officially, it's not been communicated. So far, it's not been communicated. Say but she's Oyejuma.
All these years.
All this same thing a fuck up. Afa the aya Semaka said, look, it's either by the law, no, you're supposed to be fully appointed to do certain offenses. But what we know is that,
so which means there's no official communique at
because apparently Sikenyo. Now, but now listen to this.
No, but she takes this
decisions. But listen to this. The creative art agency, is supposed to be under Ministry of Tourism. The Ministry of Tourism is supposed to have supervisory offense over that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question I'm asking is that today, NCA is supposed to have a Ministry of Communications. So NCA boss, decides that he wants to organize a courtesy call on the president. You don't think he will do it with the knowledge and supervision of his sector minister? President Ba, roughshod over your minister, the deputy, and everybody.
Okay. So here, and can I say or go through the tourism
because that's a supervisory ministry.
Okay.
But as we stand right now, from the rumors and the things that we are hearing, they did not know anything about this. And president
say the banner before say no say
governance. That's the question I've asked. If you are an agency under a particular ministry where you have to engage your supervisors, ministries, affairs attention to meet the president, and that's an effort. But you roughshod over all of them and you walk in. So I'm not surprised that all the security protocols was breached because it's the president's daughter. She's going to breach the security protocol, do all the things that they want, give him the opportunity when all the ministers to himself fly a drone over the presidency. What sort of irresponsible leadership is this? This is unprecedented. Leadership will function in Ghana in these ways. What is this? American rapper gets access to the presidency with chat video, a whole video, including flying a drone. Now, all presidency on the more, you see, there's something there that no photography. Now, even if you are a media person, I'm here in Central for. Before you actually get your cameras or broadcast equipment or communication devices in there, you have to be invited. Programmers say maybe special program, press conference, meet the press, and BBC, or you're part of the presidential press corps before you gain access to the place. But where American rapper, if any baby abba, breach all the security protocols. You see the way he was standing behind and pointing to a friend saying our coat of arms, which has set our statehood. He stands behind the lectern near there. President, when Asemsi Kruma and the country is maybe in crisis, you need to address the people in a very, very serious terms. With video and the basa, including fly a drone over the presidency, and no fly zone. Fly a drone. Hey, I mean, this is
more industry from Nigeria to Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina, and other places. I know say would delay internationally. The international community artists on this matter almost saying. They tell you every time. They laugh at you. Can you point some of their artists?
Oh, I mean, I've had private conversations. And now, there are two people from Nigeria crying industry that are in the country now. And they speak to you like, yo, and is this the way you are? I say, some of the Nigerians will tell you that now, I saw rock on the levels of offense. There's a certain respect you are called because the presidency, but I mean, leadership is in shambles at this point. There's, a lot of shameful acts going. There doesn't seem to be a proper regard for Ghanaians and offense in terms of the leadership that we're experiencing now. So I can understand the laissez-faire attitude that's we're actually experiencing, and it's transcending to every part of it because it's funny, it is wrong, and yeah, I say it to me for so. Yes, we are all for encouraging tourism, but look, what is our identity? If you want to, you have no business trying to encourage tourism if you are not doing it, trying to amplify the rich, sacred values of the country. Where is that sacred values of the country of respect for authority, respect for the statehood, respect for the seat where authorities is exacted? Where is that? This is how you want to encourage tourism.
More cycles, more any records say what White House there.
I mean, the only times we know Wako White House was at the point where Oko jail by, and he was trying to lobby the president on what they call prison reforms, and then he went there. But everybody knows.
And all the pictures or call with the same kind of dressing.
No, I mean, don't even call. Look, with the same kind of dressing in White House. When you go there, one of the things when you are going to White House, there's something called prohibited items. When you're going, this includes video cameras,
okay,
including any action camcorders, cameras with detachable lenses, tablets, tripods, tripods, monopods. Camera sticks are not permitted on the White House tours. Flash photography and live streaming are not permitted while on the tour. So, and anytime you see White House falling, House
dressed on the bar, no, they call.
He didn't go there with that. If he wants to pull a stunt, they would have to go outside of it. There's a studio, no. They almost set it up to say White House and our film village, where you can actually film. So, and that actually reminds me, that's one of the promises that was actually being made by the same government to provide a film village in CA. The Creative Art Agency is not fully operational. We don't know what's happening. I mean, the 10 last sitting theaters that they've spoken about is not happening. I mean, a couple of things that they've said, the creation of the fund, Creative Arts Fund, is non-existent. We passed the Film Development and Classification Bill, right? And the fund that's supposed to actually even come with it, is non-existent. So you are really wondering. This is a government that decides that. But I've indicated, I've always debated them and told them that, look, I know you enjoy branding antics and everything. There's been a number of things. Panafest, do you know the numbers Panafest used to drop to us to the country? That if you look at the real investment that had undergone that had undergone previously before them, why would they see National Theatre? Do you know the essence of what National Theatre was supposed to do? There are a number of things that were done to be able to elevate a particular industry. But
one gentleman, Daniel T, says Ghanaians have nurtured a thug to become a president. Do you agree with that?
Super agree. Now, no, on your tag, these antics and these things, on your tag, you are actually tolerating tags to come, ex-convicts to come to the presidency and tell you about the weed that they are. Who hear video now? I had 2 packets of weed in my pocket. In common way in the presidency.
Asanti Bedia Trunkra or your master.
Yes, bonny team.
Or Shelly News of
yes.
I
mean, and so definitely no. And I'm also tempted to agree with this person because
2 packs, not to say Obidi Busmi, yes. Who book it to every say Ankolaneka.
Former journalist Kofi Kumsu. What did he say about the same person that had become president today? You see Pratt. Or see he comes out from his room with thick cloud of a D&D. But it is connecting to this. At the end, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo anchor about him. It is connecting to this. And so the message that is coming said, I mean, looks like who voted for a tag. Obviously, it is somebody like that who would have a disregard for the country enough to allow a foreign rapper to gain access to the presidency, have all the time to himself to fly a drone and shoot a hip-hop video. How and almost saying this hip-hop video and then disrespect to the essence of your statehood is supposed to encourage terrorism. Do you know what terrorism is about? If you're actually having to push through and encourage people to come into the country, you think that because you want to encourage tourism. And then me know yet to say, Yemfa Ghana flag, then fan to for nanto so. Shatawale Okano. Onfa Ghana flag and to for nanto so nankaso the video. Because encourage tourism. But be it as it may, the question I may be so munana said, Munina as artists, you do shows in December, and this is part of the activities that are set the essence of the statehood. Mona Efrefra will say, oh, because all of us, when we are doing an event, there's a cost line for what we call international marketing and promotions. There's a cost line that we put down there. So you come in and you think that people want to come to a country that doesn't have any strong identity of their own sacred values of respect for authority, respecting the seat of government where authority is exacted. You think this is encouraging tourism? But I can understand. Efana, you're very, very ignorant. Shatawale has always spewed his ignorance around. They be one of the issues. I've had that issues with him consistently.
That is his opinion.
And the can say you can have an ignorant opinion. You can have an opinion that is not thought leadership driven, that is empty. It is just you taking advantage of things and jumping into it for attention. You can put out an opinion that is not that doesn't speak to the heart of a thing. And I know how you operate. And Debbie Amakache, can say, look, when you have to every time wade into very, very thorny, sensitive public issues, you have to understand it in 360 terms and not the usual. And that has been my biggest issues with him consistently. But he just wages on, because the question I'm asking is, and I know consistently debate anywhere with him, anybody, any expert. This is when how do you defend this? What they find? Say they encourage tourism. Do you know the real, if there's a real intention to encourage tourism? Every year, these are private individuals that make an investment in the country related to things and activities. And from the presidents to say, oh, this is a pat on the back for the activities and the things that you do. Because more them. And then they buy and say, oh, okay. Background, and you know, all of us, when you engage in Omono, you put a line in their contract that says you are supposed to promote the show. Now, December, this is what happens. Everybody said this, you have different 5 activities. In activities now, when you sign a talent, because there's a line in the contract that gives them the opportunity to promote the show, and you also put the money aside for international promotions, you know. All this buzz goes into abroad, including December artists on mobile show. When Sarkodie tweets today about his show, the diaspora knows about it. So Tawali, the diaspora know about it. Samini, the diaspora know about it. Stoneboy, the diaspora know about it. So it creates this one big, huge buzz that gets people to come into the country, to come and experience it, because they know, say, today, back to back, there's a number of activities. Until if really the intention is that, oh, you're per se encouraging tourism, Krana. These are people that easily you could call. Sometimes a new campo, you just need to pat them on the back. You've given access to an American rapper to come and shoot and secrete your essence of your statehood, and then you want to say it encourages tourism.
Mame Mbusa we President Ba Ewo Creative Arts. The contribution they say so far.
So far, it's zilch. We've not seen anything. And there's a reason why there's a particular
from John Cromer.
Yes, there's a particular group, FOCAP. They keep asking questions. What is going on? The response the last time I was with somebody that also works there on Joy FM. Bisano. Also Muniska. The Creative Arts Authority, in the ways that it was passed, is supposed to have BBFN, the Creative Arts Fund. The board is supposed to be properly constituted. By now, it's supposed to be the key agency that undertakes research and trying to gather insight from the industry. The fund is supposed to take the lead in ensuring that certain key investments in industry are done. Innovative things. Sometimes when I look at them, I laugh and say, when they say they have the men, I laugh at them and I say, when you're innovative, if you're innovative, common sense would have shown you to say, me, as a member of NDC and somebody in industry sitting back, I can sit back and say, okay, if you needed to establish 10 large sitting theaters, innovative thinking will show you, say, there are more creative people, more friendly development authorities. These development authorities are creating astroturfs across different countries, different regions. So in Accra, for instance, you can count about 6 or 7. If you had sat with them and the economic development and justified why out of six, 1 of the investment should be left for an amphitheater or a theater that would go to enable industry, it wouldn't have been good. Again, another government came in to decide, say, the hotels, the big hotels we have in the country isn't enough.
And then second message say okay, no hide when and
then the other part about it is that by Ebeka say, when you go across in Africa, Abofufu be tourists, they like to go to South Africa.
Yeah.
When they go to South Africa, they go to Cape Town for the beach.
Yeah.
But Osha and anybody that understands tourism will tell you, Abofufu, they like the dry, sandy beaches. Okay. And that's what we have. Over South Africa, they are wet. Marine Drive on the mono. That's what we have.
Really?
That's the kind of beach they like. They like the sand, dry sand. You know, when say Cape Town, they know, wet sand.
Yeah.
They need a more dry sand. You know? So I say they like it like that. That sand, the weather and everything favors it. So decided they will develop the Marine Drive project so that you can have a lot more resorts, hotels, and everything in there. such that if you are having to have 1 million visitations and they want top hotels, it won't be lacking. Labadi.
Oh,
from Osu Castle. Echo Art Center.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Art Center. And that's what we started with.
Okay.
Right. Also because we realized that when there are a lot more tourists in a particular country, often the hotel cost go up because of the various different taxes. You have over 5 taxes are buying with the institution, so the costs go up. But we also realize that if you have too many hotels in the space and there won't be pressure on it now, the cost can be maintained, and then the cost of living in the country for any tourist will be manageable and they'll continuously be coming. And that's the main principle behind developing the Marine Drive project. And that's something that we started with. There was almost about $11 million that was left by the contractors. I think part of the condition precedent.
After 2016.
After 2016, who be afa?
Oh, Jaisa.
Who baby? Parliament has had to. Public Accounts
Sadik
Committee.
Jaisa.
They say no anybody that's listening to me should go. Public Accounts Committee, Parliament, $11 million Marine Drive project. Ask, they can't find it. Me say it's here. Last year there was a Google it right now. I should just Google it.
No.
Part of the Sikania said they are FS and Jai to redevelop the Marine Drive project.
So scanning
but I'm saying says you won't ever, because if the place was already redesigned, the architects that did the work almost about $250,000 out of 11 million saying all the man, and where is the rest? And there's nothing there.
The same Ajay person.
Mr. Before mobile, the contractors that was there had cleared this place. The contractor had started his settlement with everybody that is there. They've mapped out the place very well. And development was meant to happen. 6 years after the fact, almost 7 years after the fact, she didn't see Honomo. And this is somebody that tells you say they want to encourage
from a
tourism.
friend says David Ajay is the same person who has been given the Marine Drive project to execute.
Yes.
That project was conceived by Akuffo's government.
No, I mean the Marine Drive project that's a lie. The concept of Marine Drive project started with Nkrumah.
Oh, okay.
That's a concept, the principle.
The principle.
He had the whole idea, so it's been evolving gradually. Government they run their feasibility, they start the project, then it stalls. So it's been building coming from Nkrumah by Jeja Bresso, push through, and then about 4 times. Not even a single block or clearing. It took President Mahama and the new contractor and the former minister Elizabeth Ofosojari. She knows about that contract very, very well because she led to have that contractor, did all the negotiations and everything, started the job there. You should ask Setafon at what point when we started to do the clearing. Cleared the space, started to map it out. By now, if you're in government, by now the place would have been established, and that would have been a keen contributor to the events in tourism. If you're looking to have a tourism industry that contribute, and its allied industry, culture industry that contribute 4.3 billion to your economy, you take real activities, real things to enable it. You don't do it. Watch out of the 20 promises that you make to the sector, undeliver about kumpo. You wait December. A month when you try a parties, you try an event and everything, and there are people coming into the country to enjoy it.
Now
they brand their shame. You're off return a fat, and everybody is thinking about seeing it. And I pointed it out, and I told them that anywhere we can have that debate, any single way we can have. The real reason, the real thing they wanted to do with the area return is not December party. The December 2 weeks, a party. It's entertainment. But the real thing they wanted to do with the idea of return was supposed to tie into our slave heritage and our history. But that
with that one they have failed.
Yes, because the GTA will tell you, he will tell you he doesn't have money.
Ghana Tourism Authority.
Uniska. Every time he doesn't have money. In fact, they are supposed to give them a 1% tourism development, 1% of the tourism development levy will tell CHR and everything. Now location Kuwinya. One of the purest resource ministry under this particular government, the tourism and arts and culture ministry. They don't have it with all the challenges. And so, if kita serious corruption and munipa, but think about it, the same industry making any serious investment and all of a sudden, you want to justify national country that also tourism. All of a sudden, Marine Drive, nipa, and also tourism. And then when you messed up around gave an opportunity to a foreign rapper to come and desecrate our seat of government and desecrate the essence of our statehood and breach all the security protocols in unprecedented ways. You shout back and say tourism. What do these people take us for? I don't want to say answer. We don't understand governance. We don't understand leadership. We don't understand how things should be done to enable industries and society. This is a joke. This is a joke. Live on Accra 100.5. I mean, I wish Nkayampo and for Baba Sadik is one of us. I'm part of his team. Listo is part of his team. Bechamfo is part of his team. Sami Jenvi is part of his team.